Welcome, the south end zone of Kyle Field and 12th Man Studios. This is another edition of The Beat, and I'm Will Johnson. Let us quickly begin with Texas A&M women's basketball. They've got a game in Baton Rouge on Thursday, a big one at home Sunday versus Mississippi State. They are hoping to finish the season strong and get to a spot where they can host the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament. What they did on Sunday in Knoxville, Tennessee, closing like a freight train, certainly helped their cause.
Very important possession here. Danny Williams off the screen and buries a three-pointer. What a tough shot. Her first basket in a while, and she now has 18. Long rebound out to Lumpkin, and you could see from the replay and hear from the reaction of the crowd, that was a missed call. Curtis Knox. Back-to-back three for Knox and Williams. Curtis Knox in double figures, now with 10, and we're tied at 59. And a foul is going to be called. Still no free throws. But Texas A&M will have the basketball for the final 8.5 seconds. Thrown up by Williams, comes loose. Kyla Hillsman right at the front of the rim. Tennessee will call a quick timeout. 4 seconds remaining. Texas A&M leading 61-59.
I'm going to tell you, A&M right now is playing just extremely poised and tough. And that's what you have to do in this league to go win on the road.
The jump ball needs a bounce, not there. Comes up just short. What a comeback win for Texas A&M. And Gary Blair gets his first ever win in Knoxville, Tennessee.
We're up 6 with 3 something to go. We give up a 3, and then we give up another 3. So, you know, had the A&M battled, and they just had a little bit of more of a will than we did down the stretch.
I was squeezing the heck out of this 50-cent piece, and this is what I used. 1945, the year I was born. Got it in Seattle or some little shop and fish market there. And if it gets tight in the ball game, I start rubbing that sucker. And it worked again today.
Quite the finish on Rocky Top. The women again at LSU on Thursday, a matchup with top 5 Mississippi State on Sunday. Also this weekend, baseball begins their season. We've got head coach Rob Childress with us in studio next.
The Beat, brought to you by ASCO, your place for case construction equipment in Texas.
Welcome back to 12th Man Studios and The Beat. Friday night, Olson Field at Bluebell Park. Texas A&M baseball begins their season by hosting the Bowling Green Falcons. It's a 3-game set, actually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through the weekend. We have head coach Rob Childress with us in studio right now. And coach, it's kind of a long wait to get that season started. At least I know it is for players. I don't know how coaches look at it, but nonetheless, it's here starting this weekend.
No, we're excited. The weather's supposed to be great, and we're looking forward to a great challenge and playing somebody in a different uniform. And Bowling Green's got a long history of success. Oral Hershiser pitched there. Roger McDowell, one of my mentors, Ed Stacy, my pitching coach, who also got his master's degree here at Texas A&M and coached me at Northwood, is a Bowling Green alum. So there's a lot of history there, and we played them in 1999 in a regional in Ohio State. So we're looking forward to the challenge this weekend.
One of the things about your program, 99 wins the last 2 years. That puts you in the top 5 in the nation. Do you feel like you have some good backing going into this 2017 season?
Well, we feel strong about the people that we have back. And we've got a lot of old faces and some gray beards, and our senior leadership, those guys have done a great job. We've got a lot of new faces too with our freshmen that are incredibly talented, and felt like they handled this past weekend really well with our leadoff event and people in the stands. And I know, when the bell rings on Friday night, we're going to have a great crowd, and that's what's most exciting.
And you'll have some new faces with that mix there, but it feels like you and your staff think there's a lot of talent within those new faces, meaning the ceiling is pretty high for them.
Well, our expectations don't change. We want to win the last game, and that's what we're in it for, and it's about us continuing to grow as a team all year long. But you're going to see a lot of new faces in some big roles, in both position players and pitchers. And, you know, Coach Seeley and Coach Bolt do such a great job recruiting that not only are these guys talented, but there's going to be some of them that are going to be major impacts.
Pitching-wise, Brigham Hill returns, but it's almost like I mentioned with the team with a lot of other guys. Corbin Martin, Mitchell Kilkenny, Stephen Kolick, Turner Larkins. High ceilings with a lot of other guys on the mound.
We've got a lot of talented guys, and it's time for those guys to take a step forward. And you know, it's a good feeling going into any season having your number one back. And Brigham was, you know, special for, you know, the season for us last year. He's had a great fall and has led from the front in everything that we do. And, you know, we certainly got quite a few others that are just like Brigham, and they're going to be at the front of our pitching staff.
A little calming of some nerves with some guys stepping to Olsen Field at Bluebell Park for the first time.
Well, I think once the bell rings and the game starts, that's what we need to have happen, and let the game start. And once the game starts, that's going to take care of itself. But up until then, there'll probably going to be some butterflies. I know I'm going to have them. I still get them. And when I stop getting them, it's time for me to do something else. And I know our coaches feel the same way, and our veterans do as well. They're looking forward to, you know, a great crowd, a lot of energy, and a lot of excitement, and, you know, for the first pitch to be thrown by Brigham Hill.
Yeah, there's nothing like opening day, but you guys just had your leadoff event helping battle cancer last Saturday. We might see some new faces, but on a lot of these players, we're going to see some new hairdos as well.
We're going to see a lot of clean-cut guys, man to man. I mean, in fact, all of our coaches, all of our players, all of our support staff, less our sports information director, they were all in and, you know, got the haircuts to kind of say, you know, this is the end of it. We raised over $17,000 for childhood cancer, and our focal point is MD Anderson Pediatric Unit. And for the last 3 years, we've raised over $60,000, partnered with Versus Cancer, and it's something we're proud to be a part of.
Yeah, it's good stuff, all but the SID in the boat. Rest of them in. All right, Rob Childress and the Aggies start their season on Friday night against Bowling Green. Texas A&M baseball, a new season begins on Friday. You heard us when we talked to head coach Rob Childress that the Aggies have 99 wins since the start of the 2015 campaign. That puts them among elite company nationally. But a lot of the players who helped produce those victories have moved on, meaning these 2017 Aggies have a bit of a new look.
We can't help but have a new look with just all the new faces, and I think there'll be some guys that you've seen before that have been in the program before, but they're just, you know, having 17, 18 new faces. There's definitely going to be a new look.
We do have some youth on this team. We've got inexperience above anything else. I think, you know, even the guys that we have that are seniors, they haven't had huge roles. We have some freshmen and we have some newcomers that are going to be able to plug in the spots where we don't have those guys. But I think our biggest question is just our inexperience, but at the same time, we have plenty of talent. Talent's not an issue for us.
We've got 4 or 5 freshmen that are going to play and that can really play, and we feel fortunate that they got to school and chose not to go in the draft. So it's always exciting for me. I mean, I never going to back down from a challenge, and our guys won't either, and we look at it as excitement.
Yeah, I love the prospects of the newcomers. I mean, we've got so many guys that I think are going to contribute this year early. And I would say, from what I've noticed, I would just say that they're so loose compared to maybe how I was as a freshman. And I kind of admire that. I think that's tough to do when you're a newcomer like that, is to be loose and be yourself. But I think most of them are doing a good job at that. For sure, you're going to see Cam Blake, I think, a lot. Braden Shoemake, obviously.
Cameron Blake's swinging the bat really well right now. He looks really good at the plate, looks comfortable. Logan Foster swung it really well when he came back from being sick in the fall. I think he's going to be able to play too. Jorge looks good. Tommy's pretty steady Eddie. He's a very solid glove.
Braden's a coach's kid. He has ability, but he has feel to play the game already. He can play multiple positions on the infield. He's a left-handed hitter, so he doesn't have to deal with the right-handed slider as much. That's not as difficult for him. So I think he's very prepared to play from what we have seen so far. Cameron Blake is a very good hitter. I think he's going to give himself an opportunity to get at bats early, Hunter Coleman, another coach's kid. All three of these guys are coach's kids, you know, kind of ironically.
Braden Shoemake's a freshman that is probably going to hit 1, 2, or 3 in our order. Guy that's probably going to have a chance to get a full season of at-bats as a true freshman. He's probably a guy just in terms of new face that we've had Ryan Burke's basically manned second base for the better part of 3 years, and he's going to take over that spot, and Barco's going to be tough to replace, but Shoemake brings a little bit different skill set, and I think he's a guy that's going to be right in the middle of the action, and if he plays well, then we're going to score some runs.
You'll see a little bit of a shift towards speed. I think we might be a little bit more aggressive on the bases. That's something we've been working on in practice, actually. But I think you're still going to see a little bit of power there, especially from some of the younger guys like Shoemake and Foster and Cam. So I think they can bring that to the table, too. So I'm excited to see it.
We can still score the same amount of runs that we scored last year, and we anticipate doing that, but we're going to do it in a different fashion. We're going to hit and run. We're going to be able to steal bases. Like, we're going to be able to be more athletic on the infield. We were all those things last year, but it's going to look in I guess in a little different way this year with how we get the same plan, I guess, executed.
New faces can bring uncertainty, but the Aggies know this first-year group has the chance to be rock solid.
We definitely have a good group of seniors, I feel like. We have good leadership. Those guys are very good at grabbing a buddy and going to the cages to get extra work in, or getting you up here early to get extra work in. So I feel like it's a hard-working group. I feel like that's going to show when we start playing.
I think we have the potential to win it all. I mean, we wouldn't be here if we didn't think we could do that, you know. So the number one thing we have to do is just go out there and take it one day at a time and play our best. You know, the best team wins in baseball. So the team that plays the best, actually. So, I mean, as long as we do that every day, I think we're going to be really good.
These new guys, the freshmen and some of the junior college transfers, they've been here long enough now that they know what's expected, and they've been in the system, and we've really tried to get them up to speed as quick as possible. So by now they've had 50, 60 at-bats, even if it's just inter-squad. So it's exciting to think about. You know, coach has already said it. We're probably not going to be a finished product game one, and we don't want to be. You know, we're probably a team that's going to get better as we go, and that's what you want. You want to be playing your best baseball at the end of the year.
You'll have plenty of chances to familiarize yourself with these new faces on Olsen Field at Bluebell Park. From February 17th to March 1st, the Aggies open the year with 9 home games in a 12-day span. We're back in a moment with more on The Beat.
The Beat, brought to you by Memorial Hermann, official sports medicine partner of Texas A&M Athletics.
Welcome back. Sometimes student athletes here at Texas A&M are faced with a choice to make, whether to stay here and finish their college careers or leave early and pursue the professional ranks. Well, last year, one member of the Texas A&M soccer team was faced with a similar choice, but with a patriotic twist.
Watt using that speed to get in once again. Watt toward the goal, and she breaks through.
Allie Watt is now a rising junior for the Texas A&M soccer team. Her freshman campaign was one for the books, as she caught the eye of several, the Team USA coaching staff included. Before she knew it, Allie was faced with a difficult decision: to forego her sophomore year and join the under-20 national team in the 2016 FIFA World Cup, or stay and play for the Maroon and White. With full support from the Texas A&M soccer family, Allie chose the red, white, and blue.
When I found out I made the team, I just couldn't stop crying. I was just so happy. Bill just said, like, honestly, if you redshirt, we'll still support you no matter what. And so I of course made the option to go to World Cup, but the team stood behind me, Phil stood behind me, so that made my decision very easy because I knew, like, no matter what, like, the team would stand on my side.
I was just incredibly happy for Allie, that she had made one of the best teams in the world, and it was something that she had wanted to do and had worked incredibly hard to do.
Watt made the most of this rare opportunity. During her time in Papua New Guinea, she played alongside and against the best, transforming her into the player she is today. The most exciting part, she'll bring a new and improved game home to Aggie Land.
Just like competing with some like the top like athletes and soccer players in the world, it's just like they just push you to be better, and like we push them to be better hopefully, but they definitely push us to be better and make us a better soccer player.
She has come back a better player. All those experiences really helped her. She's better, and that's going to make us better and the people around her better.
Allie Watt earned a wonderful opportunity to play with Team USA. She made the most of it and her mark nationally. Now it's time to continue the process of leaving a lasting legacy at Texas A&M.
It's so great to have her back. I know she's excited to be back on the team and back playing for A&M and the people that she's with all the time.
The person I was when I first came to A&M is I'm a completely different person I am now, and then just seeing the support that A&M was showing me just made me realize I made the right decision to come here.
We're so proud of her. I know not only me, but the whole team, the coaching staff, and a lot of the A&M campus. It's awesome to have her back, but I know she accomplished a lot while she was over there.
The family and like my best friends now and like the coaches, like they all supported me, and like that's what an Aggie is, and I was really happy that I get to be part of this Aggie family now. To be able to just wear like the maroon and the stripes and just be back with my best friends on the team, I'm just so happy because I finally get to, I had all that journey already, but now I get to start the new journey with my teammates again. I have 3 more years of soccer here, and I feel like I could just keep growing, and then I keep growing in my relationships here at A&M, and just keep growing on the field as a soccer player, and I just can't wait to see what happens.
After choosing to play for her country, Allie Watt back in Aggie Land with her college. She and Texas A&M look forward to next season. Back in a moment to close out this edition of The Beat. Del Lindsay in 1999 was key at third base for the Aggies, helping them to the College World Series. On April 2nd of that year, Lindsay etched his name into the school's record book when he hit 3 home runs in a single game against Nebraska. He's still the last Aggie to accomplish the feat. Today, Lindsay is in the sales profession and still involved with A&M as the immediate past president of the Letterman's Association. Del Lindsay, in '99, a star at third base. Today, second to none as a lifelong Aggie. Del Lindsay, instrumental in the Aggies' late 90s success. Now the 2017 baseball team embarks on its campaign. 6:35 Friday night, first pitch, the Aggies and the Bowling Green Falcons. Nothing like opening day at Olsen Field at Bluebell Park. We'll see you next week on The Beat.